Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called Apocalypse, Austin, Texas. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we post a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's episode of our show on your social media to help get the word out. Now, let's get started. Do you remember when the city of Austin, Texas was the golden jewel of Texas? Everybody thought Austin would be the future of the state. Everybody hoped that Austin would represent all that Texas could do to improve and change with all the new opportunities coming their way. And then a funny thing happened. All the people of California who destroyed that state with terrible policies and politicians then decided that California was no longer survivable because of all the crime and taxes and all the insane laws that they themselves voted into place. So they packed their bags up and they moved to Austin. Once they got to Austin, what did they do? Well, they pursued the same policies that they created in California, and that ultimately destroyed California. Only now they're determined to destroy Texas, just like they destroyed California. So what did they do? They tried to defund the police there. Now, let's fast forward to today. Remember the explosive increase in homelessness and crime and drug usage that existed and still exists in California? Well, that's what all the Californians brought to Austin. Because there is now such a shortage of police in that city, it can take quite a while for an officer to even show up at a serious crime scene, thanks to all the defunding. So all the great California geniuses who moved to Austin and who thought that defunding the police was such a great thing, now when they get robbed or raped or burglarized or beat up, now what do? They call the police, and guess what happens? The police have 20 other calls ahead of theirs because they're so undermanned. It can take a really long time for these overworked police to actually get to their crime scene. The police in Austin are fantastic, make no mistake, but their numbers and their resources have deliberately been diminished so dramatically that they can't always get to the scene of a crime as fast as they wish they could. The result is that it's getting harder and harder for them to catch the bad guys. Remember all those countless homeless people and drug addicts living on the streets of California? Well, now they have the same problem in Austin. There are massive homeless encampments all throughout the city. Drug addicts injecting themselves out on the sidewalks in front of your kids, all day long, every day. In some ways, Austin and Los Angeles and San Francisco look very similar to each other now. They all look like open sewers that have been overrun with very high crime. Now, most of the other major cities in Texas still look okay, but that's because they haven't been overrun by the people fleeing California yet. Once more people from California arrive in those other Texas cities, then you can bet they'll look even worse than Austin. And if you think Austin looks like a nightmare now, just wait and see what happens in a year or two when the property values collapse because of all the crime and the criminal hellscape that it turns into. Do you know what else is going on? Austin has now developed a huge nationwide reputation as a city run by crazy police-hating politicians who hate the police, and that means that no new police officers want to come to Austin to work. So many cops have quit the city that its police department now has hundreds of vacancies for jobs. And guess what? Nobody's applying for them. That means that as more Austin police quit and leave the city, the overall number of police continues to decline because they're just not able to replace their police officers. That is precisely how you deliberately collapse a once very nice city. Welcome to Apocalypse, Austin. Coming soon to other towns in Texas. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on the notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.